What's up guys, and welcome back to what is a very wet and windy March. So, I have just received something in the mail. Yes, I have just bought myself a new spray gun. Now, I think I mentioned in some of my previous videos that I was having a few issues with my DWWII, and I had been looking around at low to mid-priced guns, technically not the bottom end of the market, but you know, somewhere between low end and mid-range, I guess. Anyway, there is a YouTube channel that I really enjoy called Paint Society, and he recently recommended this, and this is the Aeropro 610. Low volume, low pressure, so it is actually designed to work specifically. Try that again. It is designed to work specifically with smaller compressors, so it should be very, very well suited to a home sprayer or hobby sprayer like myself. Anyway, before I really get into this, a couple of things I want to address. First of all, this is not in any way sponsored. I purchased this off Amazon. I'm actually in the UK. You can purchase this on Amazon UK, but it is shipped from the US, just to be clear on that. I did purchase this on Amazon. It paid full price, full retail, blah blah blah. So yeah, everything you see in this video is going to be my own opinion. So what I intend to do in this video, I am going to do the initial unboxing, but I am then going to put this video to one side, and over the coming months, as I'm using the gun, I'm just going to dip in and out, take the odd bit of footage here and there, so that you can actually see what the gun is capable of, get a little bit on my opinions, and yeah. So by the time you see this, I'm not entirely sure what month it's going to be, but it is going to be later in this year, which is actually, it's 2024. So yeah, at some point later in this year, I will finish this video off. So let me get a tripod set up, and we will unbox the gun, see what we get in the kit. Okay, so here we go. First look at the Aeropro 610. LV LP spray kit. So what do we get in there? I haven't opened this, so we're basically experiencing this together. So here we go. So first thing, we've got 2 boxes. Let's take a look. I assume this is going to be the spray caps and the various needles. Yeah. So we have got a, what have we got here? That's a 1.5 tip, 1.5 cap and tip. So one is actually already fitted to the gun, I assume, because there's just 2 boxes here. Let's pop that back into there. Or maybe not. Try them that way. And I'm assuming this is going to be something the same. Now we do have something under this one. Right, we appear to have some tools, a couple of brushes. We'll come back to that in a moment, but yeah, again, another spray cap, tip, etc. This is 1.7, so I am assuming that the 1.3 is already fitted to the gun. And we'll pop that back into there. So what else do we get? It's a PPS adapter. So PPS adapter. If you use the PPS type containers, then you've already got the adapter there for that. So usual paint pot, and this is just your generic plastic paint pot. If you're using the PPS system, obviously you won't use that, but we'll put him to one side. Right, so with this kit you do actually get an air regulator. So it's your basic run-of-the-mill budget regulator. So yeah, it spins quite freely there. Okay, what else? So obviously instruction manual. You got some filters. Well, they've included a few filters that they never come in wrong. We've even got some sanding discs as well. So P120. I did not actually realise you got these with this kit, but again, they never come in wrong. So let's have a look at the gun itself. Okay, first impressions. It's not bad. It's not the lightest gun I've ever held, but it's also not the heaviest either. So obviously you do get the little filter. Where you go? There we go. I never use these filters. I don't like them. No matter what gun I've had, regardless of whether it's a cheap one or an expensive one, these things always cause problems. So that can go to one side straight away. Anyway, to the gun itself. So, trigger action. Quite a nice trigger action. So, I have my own way of setting these up. Normally, I like to screw this out quite far, hold the trigger, screw it in until I feel some resistance. So, not a lot of travel on the trigger, but you know, I notice that straight away. There's very little travel, but it feels good in the hand. You know, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4", so I've got big hands. But yeah, it has quite a comfortable feel. I think this is going to be, you know, quite a nice gun to paint with. Now, obviously, should have the 1.3 tip. Yes, we do. So it's just your basic run-of-the-mill air cap and system. Well, first impressions are good. Personally, when I run the guns, I always run fluid's already set to max. I always like to run the fluid wide open. Same with the air on the bottom. I like to run that wide open. That's nice. So when you hit the maximum, it actually has a click on it, so you know that you're wide open on the air. So yeah, I like to control the air from the regulator. That is my preferred method rather than from this. But first impressions are good. Obviously, I will clean all of this before I actually use it, and you can hear the weather. I'm not going to be using it today. That'll be tomorrow. It's supposed to be a nicer day. So, pop that back in there. Pop him back into there. Yeah, and just set the gun again. So, first impressions are very good. It's a comprehensive little kit. It's not too expensive. It's less than $100. I paid, I think, £75, British pounds sterling, which at this present time is around $100. Obviously, prices may vary by the time you see this video, but that is quite a comprehensive little kit for the price. Big question is though, is what does the gun spray like? So obviously, as you can hear, it's blowing up a storm outside. I won't be doing anything at all today. Okay then, let's get this set up. So I've installed the pressure regulator. I am going to be spraying with the 1.7 tip. But before I do any of that, first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get some thinners in a pot. And I'm going to go through and just give this gun a really good clean. Because, well, usually I like to do that anyway when I first get a gun. But in particular, although that's not going to show up on camera, there is light machine oil on all of these surfaces, so I am going to clean that all off, give it a really good degrease, and then we will move ahead and shoot some paint. Okay, so I now have everything cleaned. So that's the basic setup. What I am going to do now is I'm going to put the cup on. I'm going to put some thinners in there and then just run some thinners through the gun again, just to make sure everything's nice and clean. Okay, so have the gun all set up. I've got a fitting on there now. This is a high flow fitting. What I'm going to do now is just go through my basic gun setup. So what I like is the air feed on the gun wide open. I also like to have the fluid wide open. I can adjust that later if need be, but I always start with it wide open. And the air to the trigger. Best way I find to set it up, pull the trigger in and just adjust this up until you actually feel some resistance, and there, we'll call it good. Now for line pressure. What is line pressure? Line pressure is the air pressure within the line itself. Now I have a regulator and a filter on the compressor. I always regulate my line down to less than the actual cut on pressure for the compressor. So my compressor comes on at about 83, 84 psi, cycles up to around about 120, then shuts off. So I always set my line pressure at less than the cut on point of my compressor, which is about 84. Right now I have it set at around 60. The reason I do this is the compressor can cycle on and off as much as it wants, but this line will always remain at the same pressure. Thus the gun will always, once it's dialed in, will remain dialed in. So what I'm going to start with is I am actually going to start spraying. I'm going to try it at about 23 psi. So pull the trigger in. Actually, let's pull the trigger in. We'll start to increase the air. Compressor switched off. I turned it off for a moment because it was cycling on while I was filming. So, but anyway, I'm going to set my line pressure at about 23. So let's get some paint mixed up and we will see what it sprays like. I don't think I'll have to go beyond maybe 25 or 26, but we'll see. So, high build primer, 4:1, 1.7 tip. Here we go. Okay, so let's try this thing. Well, I hope the camera picked some of that up, but wow, that lays the paint down so nice. I'm surprised. I know a lot of people online have said this gun is such a good gun, but I didn't expect it to lay paint down. It's fast as well, and it's good, really good atomization. It lays the paint down well. Excellent fan, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. This is probably my new favourite gun. I actually like this better than my DeWilbus, and that was nearly 3 times as much. Yeah, very, very well impressed by this. So I'm going to let this flash off, give it 10 minutes, and then I'm just going to finish this up, and then yeah, I'm going to get on with this vehicle. But so everything that I've read online about this gun, nobody was lying, nobody was exaggerating. Very, very happy with it. I'm basically going to use it on the rest of this camper build. So yeah, there we have it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's helpful to you. Yeah. Well, what can I say? We've laid down the base coat, both the white and the teal, and once again I am very, very happy with this gun. Now, steps so far, we've done high build with the 1.7 tip, very happy with that, very nice flow, lays it down really well. Then we did epoxy, the white epoxy. With that I used the 1.5 tip. Again, very, very impressed by this gun. You've got a decent sized fan on it, lays the paint down really well. Yes, I know I've made a mistake there, but I'm not bothered about that for now. But yeah, so that's the 1.7 and the 1.5. And finally I've gotten to the base, and I've laid that down with the 1.3 tip. So the only thing I've got left to do now is lay down some clear. Now obviously the van's not ready for clear yet, but that will be the next stage of this gun, and yeah, we'll see what it performs like there. But honestly, from what I've seen so far, I really don't expect there to be any issues with it. I mean, it's just worked well. I'm very, very happy with this gun. So yeah, there we have it. Well, I think this is where I will round this video off. We're just coming in towards the end of November, and I've been using this gun all year, since about March, on the camper van here. So just a bit of a recap. I've used the gun for primer. I've used with a 1.7 tip for epoxy. I don't remember, I used the 1.5 tip on something and I don't remember what that was, I'll be honest. I find that I'm primarily using the 1.7 and the 1.3, but I'm doing a base and clear, obviously, and primers. So, let's get to it. Primer, extraordinarily happy with. One of the best primer guns, budget primer guns I might emphasise, but still it is one of the best primer guns I've ever had with a 1.7 tip. I will put it up there with my mid-range DeWilbus. It's considerably cheaper, less expensive. Calm down. It's less expensive and works just as well. Base coat, very, very pleased with how it laid down the base coat. I mean, it went down so smooth. Obviously I'm spraying outside, so you're never going to get a perfect finish, you're going to get dirt in it, but as far as the actual application from the gun, very, very pleased with it. Very good atomization, excellent fan on it. Overall, very happy. And then that basically brings me to the clear coat. If this will calm down for a moment. Again, I used the 1.3 tip with the clear. Again, atomizes it extraordinarily well, lays it down very, very nice. Very happy with it. So, overall, let me try and get out of the sun here for a moment. So, when I purchased the gun back in March of 2024, it was £75. That was on Amazon UK. Now, it is also available on Amazon US. I'm not sure what the price is over there because obviously I am paying international shipping and there's the exchange rate and all of that. So you need to check that for yourself. But I believe last time I looked it was around 50-60 bucks, something like that. It wasn't expensive. Now, would I recommend it? Hands down, absolutely. This is the best budget gun I have ever had. It's done everything that I wanted it to do, and it's done it very well. Definitely would go for I would definitely go for the 3-cap kit. 1.3, 1.5, 1.7. As I said, I've primarily used the 1.3 and the 1.7. I believe you can use the 1.5. I've spoken to a couple of people and they say it's very, very good if you're using single stage. So yeah, nevertheless, I'll probably try that later on at some point. I do have another project coming up which I will be using a single stage paint, so I'll try it with 1.5. But yeah, it's not a lot more to say. The gun's performed extremely well. It's a very nice little kit, and yeah, I am extraordinarily happy with it. So that is a definite, there we are, that's a definite thumbs up from me. Anyway, that's it for this review. I hope you find it helpful, and yeah, so we'll be back to normal viewing next week. I'm not sure what video will be coming out next. Probably it might be something on the Mini or the Transit. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, and you will be seeing some more of the camper van shortly. Anyway, there we have it. Aeropro 610. Definite thumbs up. Take care. Come back and see me sometime and have a good one.